everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I'm coming at you guys with a little bit of a story time. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because it just recently happened to me. It low-key got me, I don't want to say heated, but it was literally like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? So I'm going to have the receipts up here because, you know, we always come with the receipts. But before we do all of that, first, I would like you guys to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video on my channel. Also, go down in the description box below and you will find my social medias. It's also going to pop up on the screen. Give me a follow, guys, and I will follow back, maybe, if you guys follow. We'll see. But the thing about it is, I wanted to tell this story because I don't want anybody else to feel demotivated. That's not a word, but I don't want you to lose motivation because this happens. So while you see the title and everything, let's get right on into this video. So a little bit of background. This is not going to be super long, okay? A little bit of background. I started studying for the LSAT in 2019 during the time lies. Yes, okay. So I started studying for the LSAT in 2019. I took the LSAT September and I took the LSAT in January 2020. So I got the same score on both of them, right? I got a 140, which is not great at all. Like, it's literally, I think it's below average. And I have an undergraduate GPA that is not great. So I've been fighting with all of that because I'm trying to show schools that, you know, I'm worthy, I'm gonna do well, I speak well, my English is superb. Like, like when I come on here, my English is not the greatest because I don't care when I come on here. I don't care, right? But in a professional setting, I can really hold it down. Oh, that was slang. But in a professional setting, yes, I am able to handle all of the tasks that you're going to give me. I can edit documents, I can create captivating user help content, and I have a lot of technical skills. Just come to think of it, YouTube really gives you a lot of technical skills. And not to mention, I'm good with vocab. I'm about a B+ with grammar, but when you're an English major, they expect you to already know your grammar. And what was I saying? The point is that I was building up my foundations throughout my career, right? So boom, building up my foundations. I'm expecting to start school in fall 2020, right? So I apply for the LSAT and I start studying, and I'm not upset with my 140 the first time that I took it, but I was kind of like, okay, so I know where I'm at, I know where I need to keep going, I know what to do next. It was the first time I took it in September of 2019, so I was like, cool, I know what it's like, I got this, right? So for me, the LSAT is definitely it definitely tests your discipline. And that's one thing that I want everyone to know, is that if you're going to study for the LSAT, you're going to have to challenge your discipline and you're going to have to beef that sucker up, because this test is no joke. To me, it wasn't that bad, but I realized when it was that bad when I had reading comp more than once, or I had reading comp as the very last section. If I have it first, I'm going to do very well, and I know that because of the test that I've been taking as I'm studying, because I'm currently studying right now, and you guys are going to know why, right? So continuing forward, right, made a 140 on the first test, so I was like, all right, fine, boom, let's get going, let's continue forward. What are we gonna do to get a higher score? We're gonna get a tutor. So I got a tutor, and I was utilizing this tutor bi-weekly, right? He was like $60, and if I went over, or if he went over, because he talked a lot, he would still charge me $60, but there was sometimes where it was a little bit more. And the thing about it is, like, he was extremely helpful. He helped me with a lot of different strategies, and the way that I was studying was a lot harder on myself than I thought. Like, I thought that you weren't going to have, for example, the logic games, right? I didn't know that you can have paper when you're doing the logic game, so I was doing it in my head. He was like, you're low-key Einstein for you to be doing this in your head, because you can do it on paper. Like, don't make it harder on yourself. Try to find an easier route to completing the test faster. So I was like, okay, boom, got it, yeah. Took the test for the second time. Logic games was great. Like, I did great on there. But what I didn't do great on was the logic reasoning and the reading comp. So I'm like, all right guys, like what am I gonna do now? Now I gotta take the test. Maybe I don't need to take the test, right? So my sister advised me not to take the LSAT test in January, but I did it anyways, made the same score, and I was like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna apply to the schools that I want to apply to. And so I applied to various different schools where I basically was like, you know, let me just see if they accept me with this 140 and 2.7 GPA, right? Like my undergraduate GPA was a 2.7. And so every last one of them, like day by day, right, I applied to different school like January, then I applied in the middle of February, then I was just waiting for like a good 2-month period, which is ridiculous because I don't like being on hold for anything, right? I don't. So as the rejections are coming in, right, like Quinnipiac is like, sorry, we're not gonna accept you, and then Temple University is like, no, we're not gonna accept you. Howard, nah fam. FAMU, University of Cincinnati, nope girl, sorry, nope. I was looking at this school in Louisiana, and I was like, do I want this school or do I want the other school? And I'm not about to put the school on blast. I'm not gonna say whether or not it was I'm not even gonna mention that at all because I don't want to put them on blast because I am gonna apply again. So yes, but with this school I applied once, but they decided to let me know how much they really wanted me. Okay, so I sent in my application. The application fee was $75 first of all, and then the report fee was $45. So I spent that coin, right? I spent $120. Ooh, girl with the math. I spent $120 basically. Is that right math? Yeah. So I spent $120 basically to get rejected, right? So as soon as I sent in my application, like, because I was, okay, let me tell you the process, right? Like I was emailing different schools to talk about, like, you know, I got low marginalized scores here, like, will you accept me? They were like, we look at your application at a holistic review, meaning that they look at everything. But with this particular school, I don't think they did. So let me just wrap this up in a sense, not wrap it up, but let's just speed it up a little bit, right? So I applied to the various schools, and I get to this one school that I found. Like, I'm looking at this state and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to stay in the South, but they have a great program here. And I looked at this one school, and as I was continuing forward, I was like, I found this school that one of my idols went to, and she's an attorney, she has her own show, and I was like, yo, I should apply there because they have really great resources, for one. For two, oh, I can't mention that because then that would expose the school, but it's just, listen, like I would feel comfortable when I went there, let's just say that. So I put in my application. Instead of going to one law school over there, I went to a different one, and I decided to apply there, right? I contacted them, talked to them so they know my name, etc. And I sent in my application, right? Dropped the coin, and immediately, not even 30 minutes later, they told me. So this is what they said to me exactly on February 6th, right? Your application is complete. It is recommended that you retest on the LSAT to be more competitive. Thank you for your interest in insert law school here. I was like, cool. You know, like, okay, all right, I mean, I guess, right? Okay, fine. All right, okay. So, all right. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, like, not whatever, because I was upset that I got that like 30 minutes after I submitted it, because I'm like, so $120 for you to just look at my score. Cool, right? Like, I guess I can understand it because school is a business, but here's another one. On April 23rd, not prompted by me, I get another email from this particular school. While we are pleased that you have taken interest in attending for the upcoming 2020 to 2021 school year, we must inform you that your current LSAT score does not establish you as a competitive applicant for admission at this time. We merely recommend that you consider retesting at your earliest convenience. If you choose to retest by June, you will still be considered for admission in the upcoming fall semester. We hope this advice does not discourage you from joining the family. So now looking back, I'm kind of like, okay, so that's fair, right? Like, it's always been fair It's always been fair, right? Let's just keep on going. And then on last week, I forgot what day it was because I posted a video on Snapchat, and I don't want to show it because then I didn't hide it. But dang, I didn't save it either. Dang, I didn't save it. So then last week they sent me a letter, and I was like, what is this? And I opened it, and it says, we regret to inform you that you have not been admitted to this school for the fall 2020 to 21 year. I was like, so you mean to tell me that the first 2 times wasn't enough? The first time after 30 minutes, like, if you telling me thank you for your interest, that wasn't enough? But then a second email you sent to me and you were like, hey, why don't you take the test in June? Because, you know, 2 months, you can't study it in 2 months. You can't study the LSAT in 2 months. They literally recommend at least 3 months for you to study it. And April 23rd, mind you, so it's not even a full 2 months. So you mean to tell me after making a 140 twice, I'm gonna do exceptionally well to get into your school by like June, to take it in June? No. So why are you sending me this 3 times? Maybe this is more of a venting video. Let's call it Salty Saturdays, because not fully, but just for this video in particular, because it just really irked me that they had the audacity to send it 3 times. That doesn't make any type of sense. Like, I get it that it's just like, we have spaces, we can add you, but at the same time it's like, are you paying for the LSAT? That's now $200. It was at one time $180, then it went up to $190, and now it's $200. I'm like, what are you doing? It's a good thing I got a fee waiver, but you only have a fee waiver for so much, right? Like, I don't even want to talk about it. But that is just, I say this to say that schools will really try you, schools will really play you, and they'll really mess with your motivation. So even though you may get rejected 3 times, keep going, don't give up, go towards your goal, because there's always a reason why you got rejected. So the reason why I feel like I got rejected for starting school this year, because obviously those were all of my schools and I'm rejected and I have to start in 2021, I just have to. So the reason why I feel like that has to happen for me is family issues, one, and also because starting law school online just isn't going to cut it, right? Like, my sister is an attorney and she told me, like, no, like, be thankful that you're not starting this year because you need to be in the school environment to do law school. It's really hard. And I was like, I always asked her, like, is it really as hard as people say? And she's like, yes. I'm like, damn. So I need to be as prepared as possible. So that's just what I wanted to come out here to talk about. That's it. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.